I'm Martin Jarvis, and once again, I want to welcome you to listen. Today we're going to talk about healing. Healing, you say? I thought this was a secular program. It is. And what I want to share with you today is that healing is not simply religious. It's not. Healing is what you believe, religious or not. Okay? It's what you believe. Religion even teaches that. Religion will teach you that it's your faith or your belief that makes you well. That's it. And so where is your belief? Do you believe? See, right now our bodies are wonderfully made. Yeah. However we came into this world, whether it was the Big Bang, the evolution, or the religious creation, all the myriad of 4,000 religions there are on this planet. However we came into being, the reality that I think we all can agree upon is that these bodies that we have are amazing. Okay, they're amazing. The way it works, the symmetry, and how all these things, the spleen, the liver, the kidneys, the heart, and all the muscles, the circulatory system, nervous system, respiratory system, where all this stuff is just working like it's supposed to work most of the time. Why is that? Did you know that our body is steadily at work fighting off diseases even when we don't know it? Constantly, right now, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, wherever you're sitting, and me too, our bodies are fighting off diseases and bacterias and viruses and all these things that are coming against us. I mean, it's no wonder. We talk about washing our hands, when we use the restroom, right? But we're breathing in constantly everything that you can imagine. We just can't see. When you're at work, everything that everyone is breathing out, you're breathing in. For real. Everywhere you go, every business, every store, every restaurant, man, you're breathing in, you're taking in. You got the cooks while they're cooking, you got the servers while they're serving, they're breathing. And stuff that's in their deepest gut, issues that they have is out there, and you're just sucking it in, or you're ingesting it in the food you eat. It's bad. It's deadly. But our bodies are fighting them. We don't have to focus too much on them because we don't even have to think about it. Because if we thought about it, we'd be sick more often. Have you ever been eating somewhere, man, and thought maybe that it wasn't too sanitary, or there was something wrong with the cooks or the chefs or something, and it blew your whole meal and you couldn't eat? Because you begin to believe that something was wrong with it, and it was beginning to make you sick. And so what I'm suggesting is all these things that are going on that our bodies are fighting off, we're not focused on it. We're not even realizing it, so we don't have any negativity to have an ill belief on whether we're going to be well or not, and so we're well, okay? Now the problem is when our body is unsuccessful or it loses a battle, okay? And we become sick. And then oh man, I'm sick. I'm sick. And then you're sick. And what do you say to people? I'm sick. And so everyone you run into, I'm sick. I can't come into work today. I'm sick. I can't get in the baby's face. I'm sick. So what are we doing? Every time you're saying you're sick, you are convincing yourself that you are sick. And you're buying into your confession. You're buying into your negative affirmation, and you're simply beginning to really believe that you're sick. So if you notice how we get sick incrementally and it gets worse, it's because each time you think about how sick you are, you're believing yourself, and you're believing you're sick, and it's getting worse, and it's getting worse. Why? Because you're convincing yourself that you're sick. You can convince yourself that you're well. It's all about your belief, what you believe, what you've bought into, okay? And what I want to suggest then, so when we're sick, that's the key. The key for self-healing is to believe that you are well. Now there's this thing called entropy, and we're all going to die one day because everything is falling apart and just decomposing and everything else. We recognize that. But what I'm suggesting is too often we decompose, we fall apart, before our time simply because we've bought into it. We have to be able to control what it is we believe. One of the culprits to what we believe as far as our health and our bodies and all, it's our families, our parents, the families we come up from. Because we looked at them and we saw them and we got to see what a 50-year-old looks like. We got to see what a 60-year-old has to deal with, how a 70-year-old begins walking and acting and all this stuff. We've bought into it because in our subconscious, even while we're 15, even while we're 20, even while we're 30, even while we're 40, when those things are not afflicting us, we have in our belief system, that's what a 60 or 70-year-old is supposed to be looking and acting like. And lo and behold, when we come that age, man, hit 60, man, my back is starting. You start becoming that, okay? It's very important to recognize that we are subject to what we believe we're supposed to be. And so what I'm suggesting today is that's a subconscious thing based on the environment, and the experiences that we've had coming up, especially the interactions that we've had with people that are that age. That's what happens. So we have to find some way to consciously affect our subconscious so the messages that our subconscious will be sending us will be more conducive to our wellness, okay? That's all I'm saying. That was a mouthful, right? So how do we do that, okay? Because it's a rough thing to have to deal with once you're sick, to try to believe yourself into being well. So I'm going to share with you, and it's tough. If you're already sick, I'm telling you, it's going to be a tough way back. You might as well just listen to the doctors, do what the doctor's saying, believe what the doctor is saying, and try to work with the doctor and become better with the doctor at the same time. So you really have to be positive, okay? Because if you've already gotten yourself to the point where you're sick, the only way to get well is to believe that you're well or that you're getting well. So buy into the doctor. Even doctors have done experiments where they've given patients placebos, like pills and medicine that were actually just sugar pills. They really weren't, any medicine at all. And the people got well because they believed that the medicine was working. So if they're really giving you real medicine, just buy into it and believe it and get you there. But what I want to share with you is if you're not sick yet, okay, your body is fighting all these viruses, all these bacteria, all these things that are attacking your body and all. You need, while you are well, to begin helping your body be more victorious, okay? Because there's a lot more things going on as you grow older to your body than simply the viruses and the bacteria and things. Your body is aging, okay? So you have to be able to take care of your body. Take vitamins, take multivitamins. You need to eat healthy. You need to stop eating unhealthy foods. And you need to exercise. These things are what you need to be doing. And so why is it? Well, why do you need to exercise? Why do you need to eat right? Why do you need to take vitamins and all that stuff? And not just eat right, stop eating wrong, okay? So don't just add good healthy foods to the unhealthy foods that you're eating. You need to stop eating your unhealthy foods and to eat your healthy foods, okay? What I found is if I have healthy foods available, and if I'm hungry, I eat those healthy foods, I won't go for the easily accessible junk food. I don't even buy the junk food. Like bread. Bread was an issue of mine. I don't buy bread anymore, period. I love bread. Man, I come home from work, I could eat like 5-6 slices out of a loaf. Eat a couple plain, then I'll eat a couple that are toasted, then I'll just take a couple and just put butter on a plate. So I understand it's my weakness, so guess what? I don't buy bread. Guess what? I don't eat bread anymore unless I'm at a restaurant, period. I don't press myself so that I have cravings. So if I go to a restaurant and they have those little bread roll, I don't care, I'll eat them because I don't eat any bread any other time in a week. You see what I'm saying? Okay? But so what's that doing then? When I'm exercising, when I'm taking vitamins, when I'm eating the right foods and I've gotten rid of the bad foods, I'm creating a belief in myself that I'm healthy. I'm believing that I'm healthy because I understand. I understand biology. I understand nutrition. I am well. I'm drinking the protein mix. I'm eating the chicken breast at night or something. I'm doing all the fruits and vegetables every day that I'm supposed to be eating. I'm doing the matcha drinks and the mushroom matcha, mushroom coffee and the green tea and all that good stuff. So I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing. So I am believing that I am healthy because I know that I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to do. So what am I doing? I am affecting my subconscious to buy into the new environment that I have created, and that my subconscious is moving me to know that I am healthy, and so I am healthy because I'm exercising, because I'm eating healthy, I'm doing the things that I'm supposed to be doing, okay? So this is the way, and I am healthy. I'll be 66 years old this year, 2024. I'm pretty healthy for a man my age. And I believe it. Man, even when I'm exercising, I'm like, man, how long is this going to last? I'm feeling good right now. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm taking care of me. I'm taking care of my business. And so my body is healthy. My internal organs are healthy. My external, my skeletal, my muscular, all these things are healthy because I'm doing the right things and I know that I'm healthy. This is my belief. This is my subconscious belief, and has affected and infected my conscious belief to know that I'm healthy. And so it's going to be less likely that I'm even going to be sick. And see, as a 30-year male man, I really wasn't too sick very often, but I'd get injuries. But I would know that, you know, if something were to happen, well, what is this? See how we get on the internet and we think this is an illness and something's wrong with me. What's wrong with me? I have some kind of disease I never even heard of before, but it looks like I have the symptoms. No. What I say to myself is, and this happens often, has happened often, is that I know that I have a healthy body. So if this is wrong, let me just isolate that and figure out what that is. And so, you know, I might have had that. So once I had an issue, okay, I added pecans to my diet. Another issue, I added prunes to my diet. So what I'm doing is I know that I'm well. I believe that I'm well. So if something goes awry, I just pinpoint that and do what needs to be done for that. Okay. And I remember I had an abdomen issue once, about 9 or 10 years ago or so. And me, like, I do get kind of overzealous, you know. I was going to start using dumbbells, you know. So I got these 225 dumbbells, and I was sitting down and I was lifting. Thing is, I don't know how to lift weights. I don't know the proper way to do the things you're supposed to do. So I'm lifting these dumbbells, these 50 pounds and 25 each, and I'm pulling some kind of something in my abdomen. Man, I was jacked up. I didn't know what I was going to do, man. I thought I had a hernia. Double hernia. I'm a male, man. I gotta walk every day, 20 miles a day in my route. I gotta walk every day. I can't be like that. And so I didn't know what I was gonna do. And but I still went to work. And if I just stumbled just a bit, the pain would just shoot right through me. But I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do. And one night I was sitting in front of the TV. This is probably about 2 weeks into this. And it was probably 2 in the morning on a weekend, and I was sitting there looking like Al Bundy. I had my hand in my pants, you know, right on my sore part of my gut. And this infomercial came on, this Les Mills exercise routine, and these were martial artists. I was a martial artist for many years when I was younger. And they had this thing called a power kata, which handled like every kind of kick and every different kind of punches you can imagine. And I could do all those type kicks and punches. And it was like a 40-minute workout, 1,000 punches and 900 kicks. And I figured, hey, I could do that. But I knew I was having this pain. So when I determined, I ordered that infomercial. It was like $60. And it was, they had a bunch of different videos, you know, this kind of workout, that kind of workout. But all I wanted was just that one power kata. I paid $60 for the whole program. I just wanted that one. And I put it on a flash drive. So I've had it for like 10 years. And so what I did was I started working out. But every time I got to something that would cause that pain, I just chilled with that particular move. But I continued everything else. Because really, truth be told, like 97% of my body was 100%. It was just that small piece right there that was killing me, okay? So I figured then, now this was my non-medical theory, was that if 97% of my body is healthy, if I just continue to exercise all my body and I have this one piece that's not healthy, then everything else will get strengthened all around it, and eventually what I'm strengthening will take hold of that piece that is weak, and it will strengthen that as well. That was my theory. And you know, in about 9 months, I was well. I have a friend that's in the medical field, or a family member, and it was suggested that I had a double hernia. I mean, people were tripping. They wanted me to go to the doctor. I wasn't going to the doctor. Now, I'm not one of these kind of guys that will just never go to the doctor. If it's something that I can't fix, I'll go to the doctor. But as long as I have the belief, as long as I have a plan, as long as I'm working on something that I believe is going to lead to wellness, I'm not going to the doctor. You know why? Because the doctor is a professional. And when that doctor tells me you have a double hernia and it's not going to get well, there goes my belief. I'm working on this thing. So like while I was working out every day, and while I was working out, after I take my shower, I'd start topping my head all the way down. I'd be, thank you for healing. Thank you for health. Thank you for health. I'm well. I'm well. I'm well. And so every day I'd rub my abdomen. I'm well. Even to the point where eventually I wasn't even thinking about it. I was saying it without even realizing it. I'm well. That was just natural for me to do. And my subconscious bought into it. That's the way I understand it. And I began to really truly believe I was well. Now at the same time, and I'll tell you how long ago it is, my daughter is a sophomore in college right now. And at the time she was in the 2nd grade. And that's how long ago it was. 10 years, I guess, or something like that. More than that, 10, 11, 12 years. And she had been practicing karate since kindergarten. In 2nd grade, she wanted to run track. And she was kind of afraid to tell me, I don't care, as long as you're doing something. The only problem is she was kind of chunky. And in order for her to run track, she had to be able to run 1 mile. And she couldn't do it. And so, I'm dad, right? I help you, honey. We'll run a mile together. So I got a membership at the Y in Inglewood. And every day, this is every day as well I'm trying to work out, as well I'm stumbling through work trying to make it, I'm like running with her. And at work, as the mailman, we had a new guy in there who was a supervisor. And I said, look, my route is supposed to be 8 hours long. It's going to take me 2 hours longer, but I'll write it up like I took a 2.5-hour lunch. So I'm not going to charge the post office, but I can't walk any faster than that. It's on me, but I'm getting well. That's what I told him, and he agreed to it. So every day my route would take me 10 hours. I only charged the post office 8 hours because I felt like this was on me and I was getting better. So then afterward, oh man, it was rough. If I just stumbled a little bit, oh gosh, the pain was terrible. And then at night, I'd go home, get my daughter, we'd go to the Y. And what we'd start doing was first we'd just walk a mile, okay? And it was like 18.5 laps or something around that track. And then after a while, we began walking and kind of jogging a little bit. And the whole time it was killing me. But this is my little girl. One time it got so bad, I sound like Lenny Williams. One day it got so bad, I said, look honey, I can't do this with you. I'm just going to sit on this stool in the corner and you just do the laps. And she was good. She did the laps, but I couldn't. Nah, I'm dead. So that was the last time I did that. So we just did this. And it was about 6 or 7 months later, we were able to run that mile together. And by that time, I was well. So the point is, I said all that to say, if something is wrong with you, like you want to increase your belief, and you're trying to walk through this thing and make yourself better, you're going to have to believe it. And one of the detriments that will not allow you to believe it as well, if you're just sitting around not doing anything because this particular piece of affliction that you have has sidelined you. And so all you're just sitting there, and while you're sitting there, what are you thinking? I'm sick. I'm sick. You're just reaffirming your non-belief in your wellness. You got to get up. Don't just sit. You got to do something. Exercise every part of your body. Begin eating right. I don't care what your affliction is. I don't care what has befallen you. Do something. Exercise the best you can. If you could just exercise your hand, your leg, whatever. Exercise everything you can except for that sick part. Eat right. Eat healthy. Begin to take vitamins. I don't care how sick you are. You take those vitamins, you eat healthy. I don't care if you don't like the taste of food, you don't want the taste of food, you don't feel hungry, you eat that food anyway. And because your subconscious is going to be realizing, I'm eating healthy. And your subconscious is going to be buying into, I'm eating healthy, I'm exercising. And before you know it, your subconscious belief that you are well, that you are getting well, that you're on the way to getting well, is going to overcome that piece of you that believed you were sick. But you've got to stop saying you're sick. And you've got to stop buying into environments that you can create that will facilitate the I'm sick part of you. And if you're just laying around in bed, laying around, somebody's bringing you stuff, and you're moping around and sighing and acting all sick and everything, you ain't going to be well. And if you're just not doing anything because something hurts a little bit, but you could do something with the parts of you that are well, but you're not, because I'm sick, there goes your belief. In order for you to be well, you're going to have to believe. And what I'm suggesting is, first of all, it's not that easy to simply believe once you've been sidelined. So you have to move, you have to push yourself to do something that you wouldn't want to do ordinarily. You have to grasp what I'm telling you now. You have to begin to convince yourself that you're better off than you believe that you are right now. And so that's doing the things that would go contrary to you just sitting there being sick. Your subconscious is going to buy into that. Gosh, if I was sick, I wouldn't be exercising. If I was sick, I wouldn't be eating right. I wouldn't be taking my vitamins. You're going to be convincing yourself that you're not sick, and that's going to facilitate your wellness. Okay, now let me go back to about this keeping well again before you get sick. In order for you to believe that you're well, when you might be under the weather, but you're going to get well, you have to already have been doing these things before you were sick. Okay, that's part of believing you're well. So that's connected to how you respond, when something befalls you, is how you are conducting yourself before that thing befell you. Because if you're eating right, if you're exercising, if you're taking vitamins, if you're doing the things you're supposed to be doing, you're going to be knowing that you're well. And it's that same knowing that's going to require you to get well if something befalls you. So rather than try to drum up all this belief after you're sick, begin taking care of yourself now. So taking care of yourself, exercising, eating right, and increasing. Part of my exercise now is like 60 push-ups a day. Last month it was 50. Next month it'll be 70. And I was up to 100 for a while, but it just gets boring. I'll be in the middle of the push-ups. I'll be like 40. It's like, oh God, this is tedious. I was a 50 push-up man for about a year, and then I started upping it again. All I'm saying is you got to exercise. You got to eat right. You got to believe that you're well. So if something befalls you, you are well anyway. You already believe you're well, and you're not going to be like everybody else that gets sick. You're going to be functioning. You're going to be well-er quicker than most people would, simply because you believe it. It's all about your belief. Okay? I know I've talked a lot. I really haven't said much. I said a lot, but I haven't said much. Because all it is simply what you believe, and I'm telling you how to believe. You have to, the belief isn't, see, the religion, which is sort of like taking, responsibility for the whole belief thing and taking credit for it and everything. It's no. A religion is simply a vehicle for belief. A religion is something that's easy to attach yourself to. So I believe this preacher, or I believe this scripture, or I believe this, or I believe that. All it is what you believe. And so a religion makes it facilitate you to a place where it's easier to believe. So it's not the religion, it's the belief that emanates from within you. That's what the whole when Jesus was like, do you believe? Or it's your faith that has made you well. That's what he was always telling them. It's your belief, it's your faith, it's what you believe. So you have to believe it. So a religion is a good vehicle for that. But again, most people, I'm a minister, I've been a pastor for many years. Most people don't appropriate that healing because they don't believe. Now a lot of them go through the prayer line and they'll be feeling good for a while. But then their belief will creep back on them. When they're feeding off of your belief, they're okay. But then when their belief or unbelief begins to creep back on them, they begin to lose that belief. And they begin to lose that wellness. Okay? So the religion is a good vehicle, but you don't need a pseudo vehicle to create. You need real belief. And real belief means creating an environment around you that your subconscious will buy into. I don't eat bread anymore, unless I'm in a restaurant. That's as simple as that. I don't drink soda anymore unless I'm in a restaurant or unless I'm at the movies. So we don't keep soda in the house. I drink green tea, green ginseng, turmeric tea, whatever, cold. And so I don't drink soda anymore unless I'm at a restaurant or a movie. I don't eat bread anymore unless I'm at a restaurant. It's that simple. I just don't anymore. That's not my environment. So I believe that I am well. I believe that I am so well because I don't eat bread that if I eat some bread at a restaurant, it's not going to hurt me. I believe that I am so well because I don't drink soda, a 2-liter of Mountain Dew every 3 days like I used to, that if I drink a glass of Sprite at the restaurant and a cup of Sprite at a movie, it's not going to harm me, okay? It's what I believe. So I had to create the environment that my subconscious could buy into, and then it would convince my consciousness that I am well, that I am healthy, that I am very healthy. You know, this is, I always tell my family, you know, this doesn't just happen. You know, it doesn't just happen. You have to, it's almost funny how you have to trick it. You don't have to trick it because you're really doing it. You just have to change the environment that your subconscious will buy into. Your subconscious will convince you of your wellness, and you will walk in that wellness. And if something does befall you, it won't be with you that long because you believe. How's that? Well, anyway, I want to thank you once again for joining me, for listening. And I want to invite you to listen again. You take care. Bye.